Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Breaking news has begun circulating across global fan communities, and it is already sending waves of emotion through social media timelines. Zhao Lusi has reportedly entered an international online voting list for the most admired beauty recognition of 2026, placing her name alongside some of the most talked about public figures in the world. But what makes this moment truly gripping is not her position at the top, but the fact that she is not leading. She is competing, chasing, moving through an unfolding global race where every vote seems to carry meaning far beyond numbers. Fans from across continents are uniting in real time, refreshing pages, sharing links, and coordinating support as if something far bigger than a simple poll is taking place. And amid this growing storm of attention, one quiet question begins to echo through the hearts of many viewers. Somewhere away from the spotlight, could Liu Yuning be silently aware of this moment? And if so, would he feel a subtle sense of pride? No statements have been made, no confirmations exist, yet the silence itself is what makes this story feel strangely powerful. What is unfolding right now is not just an online ranking event, but something that has taken on the emotional shape of a global narrative. Zhao Lusi, known for her soft presence, expressive performances, and emotionally grounded roles, has become a familiar face to audiences who have followed her journey for years. From early breakout moments to widely loved dramas, her career has gradually built a bridge between herself and millions of viewers who see her not just as an actress, but as a reflection of sincerity and growth. That is why this voting moment feels so significant to her supporters. It is not about competition alone, but about recognition on a wider stage, a symbolic moment where admiration is measured publicly and globally. As the rankings begin to shift hour by hour, tension quietly builds. Some regions show strong, organized voting patterns, while others rely on organic, emotional support. Fans are not simply observing anymore. They are actively participating, forming digital communities that span time zones and languages. Every refresh of the page feels like a small heartbeat in a much larger collective rhythm. And yet, despite the competitive nature of the situation, the tone among supporters is not purely about winning. It is about visibility, about seeing someone they have followed for years finally acknowledged in a space that feels international and expansive. What deepens the emotional texture of this moment is the way memories begin to resurface. Viewers recall past interviews, behind-the-scenes interactions, and subtle on-screen chemistry that once sparked quiet discussions within fandom spaces. In particular, the name Liu Yuning begins to reappear in conversations, not as part of any official narrative, but as a familiar emotional reference point. There is no confirmed connection being presented here, only the natural way fans tend to link moments, memories, and emotions when two public figures have once shared screen space or meaningful promotional interactions. In that sense, his presence in the conversation is less about fact and more about feeling. Some fans wonder softly whether he might be aware of the current wave of support surrounding Zhao Lusi. Others speculate in a more reflective tone, imagining whether he might feel a quiet sense of happiness, seeing her name circulating globally in this way. Yet these thoughts remain unspoken truths of fandom imagination rather than reality. Nothing official has been suggested, and that is precisely why the idea carries emotional weight. Silence leaves room for interpretation, and interpretation often becomes the heart of storytelling in modern fan culture. As the voting continues, the situation evolves into something resembling a digital marathon. Each hour introduces new fluctuations, new surges of activity, and new waves of encouragement, supporters begin to coordinate more carefully, adjusting their participation across different time zones, ensuring that momentum is sustained rather than momentary. What started as a simple listing has now become a shared emotional project where individuals feel personally invested in a collective outcome. It is no longer just about a name on a screen. It is about belonging to something larger than oneself. At the same time, Zhao Lusi's own journey becomes the emotional foundation of the entire narrative. Her rise in the entertainment industry has been shaped by consistent performances, relatable characters, and a sense of authenticity that resonates deeply with audiences. She is often described by fans as someone who brings warmth into her roles, allowing viewers to feel a sense of familiarity, even in fictional worlds. That emotional connection is what transforms this voting event into something more meaningful than a popularity metric. It becomes a reflection of accumulated years of appreciation. Across online platforms, the discussion grows more layered. Some focus on strategy, others on emotional encouragement, and many simply express admiration without expecting any outcome. In this blend of logic and emotion, the fandom reveals its complexity. It is structured yet spontaneous, passionate yet reflective, and within that structure, the presence of competition does not diminish the emotional tone. Instead, it intensifies it, giving each vote a sense of purpose. Meanwhile, the subtle mention of Liu Yuning continues to function like an emotional echo in the background of this unfolding story. There is no dialogue, no interaction, and no direct involvement. Yet the idea of his silent awareness becomes a symbolic thread within the narrative. It reflects how audiences often weave emotional continuity between moments in an artist's career, creating invisible connections that exist only within shared imagination. This is not about confirming relationships or drawing conclusions, but about understanding how modern fandom experiences stories on a deeply emotional level. As the global rankings continue to shift, one thing becomes increasingly clear. This is not a static competition. It is a living, breathing reflection of audience engagement. Every update brings new reactions, new interpretations, and new waves of collective emotion. Whether Zhao Lusi rises or remains in her current position, the scale of participation itself already marks a significant moment in how global fan culture operates today. It is no longer limited by geography or language. It is shaped by instant communication and shared emotional investment. And perhaps that is the quiet essence of this entire moment. It is not only about who stands at the top, but about the invisible connections formed along the way, between fans and the artist, between memory and present emotion, between silence and interpretation. In that space, stories become more than news. They become experiences shared across thousands, sometimes millions, of hearts. As we move further into this unfolding journey, every update will continue to shape the narrative. But beyond the numbers, beyond the rankings, what remains most powerful is the sense of unity it has inspired. A reminder that admiration, when shared across borders and cultures, can turn even a simple online vote into something emotionally resonant and unexpectedly meaningful. And now, before we close today's update, we want to take a moment to thank you for being part of this journey with Update X24H. If you enjoy stories that go beyond surface-level news and explore the emotional depth behind global entertainment moments, make sure to subscribe and stay connected with us. Every day, we bring you updates shaped not only by information, but by the human emotions behind them. Your support truly helps this community grow, and every view, every comment, and every moment you spend with us means more than you know. Stay with Update X24H for more unfolding stories from the world of entertainment, where every headline carries a deeper heartbeat and every moment has a story waiting to be felt.